This morning on DC News Now, nearly 50 car break-ins leaving neighbors unsettled.
We have never seen numbers like this.
Police asking for help to solve the startling number of reports. And stormy weather for Cinco de Mayo. We're tracking breezy weather and highs in the 70s. Planes redirected at DCA. The FAA says a helicopter caused flights to change their landing plans. And up for debate, a program at DC's jail teaching inmates debate skills and helping them find purpose.
They are more than just their charge or more than just their conviction. They are human beings with incredible talent and potential.
Plus, draft day headed to the district. DC set to host the 2027 NFL Draft.
You're watching the station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
Well, good morning and thanks for starting your Monday with us here on DC News Now. I'm Tanaya Wright.
And good morning. I'm Shanika Grimshaw. For the roads, it's going to be pretty busy, especially on the Capital Beltway out of Maryland. But we want to talk to Jackie first about the weather and how it's going to feel. Now, I know we're expecting storms later. How about now? How do we feel?
Yeah, I mean, out there right now, we're not tracking any showers at this point. So dry for now. We do have some areas of patchy dense fog, though, to report about. Down about 2 miles in Fredericksburg, but less than that. Over towards the Culpeper area, Luray, Woodstock, Winchester as well, and even up towards Martinsburg. So much of our westernmost areas and areas to the south dealing with that low visibility from that fog. So heads up as you're heading out this morning. Certainly want to exercise caution on those roadways in any of those areas I just listed. Satellite radar showing us, though, that low pressure back out towards the Midwest continues to meander over the Midwest. So back here locally, we're still going to be looking at some scattered shower and thunderstorm chances with these frontal boundaries that are situated over our area. So heads up, could see the potential for some of those stronger storms to develop later on today. And we're seeing that with Futurecast by the middle to late afternoon hours between 2 to 4 p.m. when we could see those clusters of thunderstorms starting to build in. So more details on this. Look at towards the rest of that work week forecast coming up. As Shanika's back. An important look at those roadways. What are you seeing right now?
All right, so I'm seeing a lot of traffic, and this is primarily in Prince George's County. So we have this one issue, and that is through College Park, 495 heading southbound. So just past New Hampshire Avenue on the inner loop side, you will see heavy delays, and you can see that red there on the corner of your screen. So on 95 near the interchange and heading southbound, again, just after Route 1, you'll see a crash and investigation. Earlier, we saw reports of closures in the area. Even the maps indicated you saw some purple. That meant at least some lanes were closed. I'm going to guess that investigation is still ongoing, so you'll see parts of that area and that stretch closed. On the other side, on the outer loop pass, 193, you have a crash and it's blocking 3 lanes, so you're seeing congestion really all over in that area there. In the district, we have a closure, not in the district actually, this is River Road near 46th Street, right on the line of DC and Maryland. You will see a crash there, but it's not causing any delays. 6:02 this morning, breaking news. Prince George's County Police responded to a single vehicle fatal crash in Adelphi. The crash happened on Riggs Road at around 1:30 this morning. They say the passenger died at the scene. The driver has non-life-threatening injuries, and both are male adults. The cause of the crash is still under investigation. And on Saranac Street at Riggs Road near Rueton, the street was closed, and we'll bring you the latest updates when those roadways reopen.
And in Maryland, Laurel police need your help finding 3 people responsible for multiple car break-ins. Now, they say nearly 50 cars were broken into over the weekend. Now, this is video from police showing the suspects breaking into one of those cars. Police also say they received similar reports from Prince George's County Police and Howard County Police. Their spokesperson says they have never seen numbers like this.
We're breaking out windows, a lot of times not even checking to see if door handles are open. They're just breaking out windows, rummaging through.
And police are asking you to send them any videos or photos of cars getting broken into overnight if you have them. And in D.C., dozens of shots fired in Northwest. Now, police say the gunshots were heard at the intersection of Princeton Place and Warder Street yesterday. Crews also found a Range Rover with more than $25,000 worth of damage. In all, officers say they found 40 shell casings in the area.
And a judge sentencing a D.C. man is nearly 35 years in prison for a judge sentenced a man for nearly 35 years in prison, for a deadly row house fire in Northwest. That fire happened in 2019. Court documents show James Walker operating a rooming house that violated several fire safety codes. The house had several rooms with no windows and had a lack of working smoke alarms throughout the building. The basement of that house caught fire while 3 people were inside. That was in August of 2019, and the fire killed 2 people. And new this morning, 3 planes were diverted from landing at DCA after a police helicopter was flying nearby.
Yeah, our Yamarie Sase is live at DCA this morning. Yamarie, something similar happened just a few days ago.
Yeah, a total of 5 flights within 3 days, all diverted from landing here at DCA due to helicopters in the area. Now, this has been an ongoing issue for aviation leaders for a little while, especially since January's deadly collision. And with these new restrictions, they haven't seen them being met just yet. Now, on Sunday, about 3 planes had to change their landing plans due to police helicopter that was flying near the airport on an urgent mission, according to the FAA. It happened around 11 a.m. Now, air traffic control was in communication with the planes and helicopters. All flights did land safely, and in the statement, the FAA says the FAA does not allow helicopters and airplanes to simultaneously operate in the airspace around Reagan Washington National Airport, except in rare circumstances. Now, just a few days prior, 2 other flights had to abort their landings at the airport because of a U.S. Army Black Hawk helicopter that was flying by. And this was the same type of helicopter that collided with an American Airlines flight that killed 67 people back in January. And the National Transportation Safety Board says they're investigating the incident as well, and all flights were able to land safely soon after. Now, in regards to Sunday's incident, we did reach out to the FAA and also U.S. Park Police for more details surrounding the situation, but we haven't gotten a response back just yet. We're now reporting live in Arlington, Virginia. I'm Yamarie Sase, DC News Now.
All right, Yamarie, thank you for following those updates there. And we have a traffic alert for you. The Woodrow Wilson Memorial Bridge in Virginia will undergo maintenance this week. Drivers can expect some upcoming overnight delays. The bridge will be inspected for safety reasons, which includes raising the drawbridge. The inspection begins Thursday at 10 p.m. and will run through 5 a.m. Friday morning. Also new this morning, D.C. has big plans to host the NFL draft in 2 years.
Yeah, this comes after last week's big announcement that the Commanders are planning to return to D.C. Our Candace Cole joins us now in the studio. So Candace, what do we know about this plan?
Well, the district is planning to host the 2027 NFL draft on the National Mall. That's according to an anonymous source. Now, hosting the draft in D.C. had been a longtime goal of former Commanders owner Dan Snyder, but it's finally now coming to fruition under new owner Josh Harris. Now, this comes just days after D.C. Mayor Muriel Bowser announced a multi-billion-dollar plan to bring the Commanders back to D.C. and build a brand new stadium at the old RFK Stadium site. Now, those plans also include building 6,000 new homes in the area, some of which will be designated as affordable housing units and an entertainment district. Now, those plans, of course, still need to be approved by the city council. Already 2 council members have said they are a firm no vote on the plan, saying the $1 billion that D.C. taxpayers would have to pony up would better be spent on funding services that would directly benefit Washingtonians. Now, President Trump is expected to announce plans to host the draft in D.C. alongside NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell and Josh Harris later today. Shanika?
All right, Candace, thank you. Turning now to President Trump, he's saying he's not sure if everyone deserves due process. In an interview with NBC's Meet the Press, Trump downplaying the 5th Amendment. He says he was elected to deport illegal immigrants, and that's what he's going to do.
I don't know. It seems it might say that, but if you're talking about that, then we'd have to have 1 million or 2 million or 3 million trials. We have thousands of people that are some murderers and some drug dealers and some of the worst people on earth, some of the worst, most dangerous people on earth. And I was elected to get them the hell out of here, and the courts are holding me from doing it.
On the other hand, Secretary of State Marco Rubio saying, of course, when asked if both citizens and non-citizens deserve due process.
And we have new video showing Tennessee troopers pulling over Kilmar Abrego Garcia during a traffic stop several years ago. Now, he's the man mistakenly deported to El Salvador back in March. The body camera footage shows Abrego Garcia being pulled over for speeding in November of 2022. Now, during that stop, the troopers discovered his Maryland license was expired. He told the trooper all 10 people in the SUV were doing construction work in Missouri and were heading back to Maryland. The officer suspected Abrego Garcia was a human trafficker.
He's hauling these people for money. Yeah, so he's getting paid to haul these people, probably to Maryland, I would say. They don't have any luggage in there, right? And if you get them out, they're going to have toothpaste and they're going to have toothbrushes in their pockets, I guarantee it.
A report from the Department of Homeland Security shows Abrego Garcia was never charged with a crime. The Trump administration has accused him of being an MS-13 gang member, which has never been proven, and they say they have no power to bring him back to Maryland.
All right, a bittersweet opening weekend for Six Flags in Bowie, Maryland. This comes as the company announced it was closing their doors on Thursday. The president of Six Flags says the park no longer fits the company's plans. And the park originally started out as Wild World back in 1974. It went through several names as it became more than just a place to see exotic animals. It's been known as Six Flags America since 1999.
I'm going to miss the park. I've been coming here since I was a kid, and honestly, I don't know where else we're really going to go to have fun like that here, so it's going to kind of suck in a year when it's not going to be here.
Will open for its final season May 24th as the entire Six Flags America complex will close for good, and that's on November 2nd.
All right, your time right now is 6:11 on a Monday, a big weekend at National Harbor.
Yeah, coming up, how people spent their time out on the water enjoying the weather. And still ahead, caring for Montgomery County's older community. In this morning's MoCo Minute, we introduce you to a group helping older adults flourish.
Yeah, but first, we are taking a live look outside. Jackie, what can people expect when they step outside?
Yeah, well, as people are heading out right now, we're talking about mainly cloudy conditions and even some patchy dense fog for parts of the region. Later on today, you do want to stay weather aware for the threat of some thunderstorms, so I'll go over those details and timing right after the break.